In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a webhook in Zapier step by step, so you can connect your apps, send data automatically, and build a simple workflow without needing to code. This is a really useful setup if you want one app to trigger another app whenever something happens, like a form submission, a new lead, a new order, or any custom event your app can send. If this video helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy tutorials just like this. Alright, let's jump right in. First, open Zapier in your browser and sign in to your account. If you already have an account, just log in as normal. If not, you'll need to create one first before you can build your workflow. Once you're inside Zapier, you'll be ready to create a new automation. Next, click Create, then choose Zap Workflows. This is where you'll build the automation from start to finish. A zap is basically the workflow that connects your trigger and your action steps together. Think of it as the bridge between one app and another. Now you need to add the trigger step. Click Trigger, then in the search bar, type Webhooks by Zapier. Select Webhooks by Zapier from the results. This tells Zapier that the workflow should start from a webhook event instead of a regular app trigger. After that, click Trigger Event. You'll see a few options here, including Catch Hook, Catch Raw Hook, or Retrieve Poll. If you want a standard webhook that receives data from another app, Catch Hook is usually the most common option. If you need the raw request body, choose Catch Raw Hook. If you need Zapier to check for data on a schedule, Retrieve Poll may be the right choice. Pick the option that matches your setup, then click Continue. Once you continue, Zapier will generate a unique webhook URL for you. This is the most important part of the setup because this URL is what your other app will send information to. Copy the generated webhook URL carefully and keep it ready for the next step. Now open the app you want to connect to Zapier. Go into that app's settings and look for something like webhook settings, integration settings, or an area where custom URLs can be added. Every app is a little different, but the goal is the same. You want to paste the Zapier webhook URL into the place where that app sends outgoing data. Paste the webhook URL into the appropriate field, then save the changes. At this point, your app is now set up to send data directly into Zapier whenever the webhook event happens. This is what makes the automation work. Once the webhook is connected, you can add action steps in Zapier. Click Action, then select the app you want to connect next. After that, choose an action event. This could be something like creating a record, sending an email, updating a row in a spreadsheet, or posting a message in another tool. Then connect your account if Zapier asks you to, and map the required fields so Zapier knows exactly what data should go where. Take your time here and review each field carefully. Mapping is what makes the automation accurate, because it tells Zapier how to use the data coming in from your webhook. For example, you might map a name field, an email field, a message field, or any other value that came from the trigger. When everything looks good, review the full workflow one more time. Make sure your trigger is correct, your webhook URL is copied properly, and your action steps are set up the way you want. Then click Publish to turn on your Zap. And that's it. You've now learned how to create a webhook in Zapier, connect it to another app, and publish a working automation. Once it's live, your workflow can run automatically whenever the webhook is triggered, saving you time and making your processes much more efficient. If this tutorial helped you, please give it a like and subscribe for more step-by-step software guides. And if you want, I can also show you how to test your webhook in Zapier or how to send data from a form into your Zap next.